Hello, hello. Hello for those. Get started with that while I introduce myself and see if there's going to be others joining us. Feel free to. I'm like kind of out of it today, so bear with me. So my name is Angelica from Infinite Love Healing. I am an Ascended Master Healer, an intuitive empath. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Intuitive empath and a quantum creatrix and magician. So I really do a lot of work, healing work, shadow work, etc., etc. And I do a lot of work on the quantum level. So really those terms are really just ways, labels, terms that I have discovered and have come in for me that describe a lot of the different type of work that I do and that I can facilitate for someone else. So like I'm a channel, a healer, energy worker. I'm a Reiki master within 3 different types of Reiki, which is Usui, Holy Fire, and Karuna Ki. I'm an intuitive coach, a mentor, and I'm very, very empathic. That's one of my superpowers. And my empathy allows me to read people. It allows me to really tap in very, very deeply into people's energetic field, and that's how I'm able to read the way that I do, basically, whether it's reading, whether it's energy work, whether it's shadow work, whatever type of work that I'm facilitating for someone, my empathy is my superpower in that. Hi, Jillian. Hi, Maraki. Hello, Eliana. Hello. And then, that's kind of the way that's how I roll. That's what I do. And if you do feel guided to work with me one-on-one, at any point, I do have one-on-one sessions. I have many, many offerings on my website, and I invite you, if you are curious or guided, to work with me in that way, or just even curious to see what I do or read more about me. You can find that through the links in my profile on my website, and you can also book with me on my website, private readings, light language activations, healing sessions, Reiki sessions, ancestral healing sessions. I have a lot of different offerings on there. Okay, so going back to the free readings, so I am offering free readings and paid readings today. If you would like a free reading, leave a comment with your name and a question. It can be yes or no. I find the more specific that you can be with your question, a lot of times the more specific the information that will come, right? It can be general, love, health, career, and or a 1-card pool. The only thing I do not do is pregnancy or fertility readings. It's just not my bag. I can do it. It's just not my thing. And the way that I work with work with the free readings is that I just allow my intuition to guide me. I allow spirit to guide me, and it kind of highlights whatever in my head that whoever needs to be read, right? Because when we're in a group like this, spirit moves through all of us. And so I might be reading someone, but other people might resonate with it. So if it does resonate for you and I'm not reading for you, take it, apply it to your life. Or not, it's your choice, and then leave the rest. If something doesn't resonate, even if I am reading for you, don't take it. And so, since that's the way I work, if you do want a free, if you do want to donate for a reading and move to the top of the list, skip the line, so to speak, the donations of 20 minimum. This is for readings only. Donations of 20 minimum, and then all the links are in my profile. And then you got to let me know in the comments if you do donate for a reading, because sometimes I'm not notified on my phone right away. Okay, and the donation exchange is 20 for readings and 33 for energy work and or mediumship. Okay. Okay, so I will start to scan the comments here in a minute. Ooh, hello, hello. How is everybody? I know you guys are asking your questions. I see you. Just wanted to check in and make sure, you know, just check in. Do a check-in. Also, please know that there are fake accounts out there from pretending to be me and that are soliciting and DMing people directly. Please know that these are scam accounts. This is my only account, and I will never DM or solicit you directly for readings or services or offerings at all. And please, you know, do your due diligence, do your research. A lot of people have been reaching out to me and say, hey, there's these accounts or that are impersonating you. I know. Please report them. They've blocked me, so I'm unable to report them personally. But just so you know, and just so that those watching on YouTube can know as well. And speaking of YouTube, I do have all of my reading sessions, my lives here, doing readings on YouTube. So for whatever reason, if I do read you and you want to go back and watch it, or if the Wi-Fi cuts out, I start glitching for whatever reason, all of my lives are on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm gonna start reading into the comments and scanning the comments. Okay, happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. It feels like Saturday to me. So I'm just gonna tune in to the collective. Thank you all for being here. Okay. Okay. Thank you for the roses. Hi, Pablo. Happy Friday. Thank you for the roses. Not you, person. I like your name. People have such funny handles sometimes. Oh, wow, that's a lot. Okay, I gotta scroll through a lot more. Thank you, Ninja Mama. I appreciate the compliments. Okay. And I'm just kind of waiting something to light up in my head. Actually, I'm kind of feeling you, Mel B. Will you confirm for me that you're still here? You're asking, should I wait for David? Oh, hold on. Hi, Monica. Monica says, I'm really struggling today. It's been 1 year since my grandpa passed. Sending you love. Sending you some love and comfort today, my dear. Be with all of those emotions. Sometimes they're really uncomfortable and unpleasant, and it brings up a lot of stuff. They're also there to, you know, give us perspective and give us. So I'm sorry that you're struggling, and at the same time, be with it. That's powerful. That's powerful stuff. Okay, Mel B, I see you. I see you, Mel B. You said, should I wait for David? So I'm just going to tune into you and tune into like the connection. And I just want to also highlight the language that you're using. Like, first of all, is like, should I wait? The language that you're using is a bit disempowered. Should I wait for this? However, also at the same time, I do understand what you're saying. I do understand the context of what you're saying. But sometimes, a lot of times when we're using this type of language, we're giving our power away. We're not quite either acknowledging, honoring, or embracing or owning our power. Okay, so just to highlight that, no judgment. It's just an awareness thing. Okay, just tuning into the connection. Tuning into the connection as I'm reading it. I'm not here to tell you what to do. So please know that it is your decision and your authority over your own life to make a choice. So I'm not here to do that, but I will tell you, I will relay whatever I feel in the connection. When I tune into the connection and then I kind of tune into him, it feels very unsure. This person feels very unsure. The other thing I actually hear is still needs to get his shit together. And that can mean a lot of things for a lot of different people. So I guess in the context, what context I mean it in is that still needs to figure out what he wants, what he doesn't want. It still feels kind of jumbled in his head, between his head and his heart. It feels really jumbled. Not quite sure where he's at, like in life, what he wants, etc. So the feedback that I'm getting is that I wouldn't wait for this person. They're really trying to figure out who they are. So really that then gives you a very divine opportunity to take your power back and figure out what you want to do with your time and bring your power back. Okay? Again, that's your choice whether to do that or not. But this person feels like they're in a space of like, I get a lot of like jumbledness up in the head, up in like the mental space. And there feels like a lot of confusion, a lot of like discombobulation going on. And the answer that I would lean towards is like no, because they're still getting a lot of their stuff together. I would use that as an opportunity or an invitation to really focus on you. And if this person gets their shit figured out and comes back into your life, that's great. But this feels like an opportunity to bring it back to you and own your own power. Okay? That's what I feel for you, my dear. You're welcome. Okay. What is this? Okay. Just want to make sure. So, hi, my dears. My name is Angelica from Infinite Love Healing. Offering free and paid readings today. So if you would like a free reading, there's the instructions. Leave a comment with your name. It can be yes or no question, general love, etc. And I just kind of go with whoever I feel is kind of not really pulling my energy. So please don't try to pull my energy. It's just whatever's lining up in my head. Okay, so for paid readings, to skip all the line and skip that stuff. Hi, Brittany. The donations of $20 minimum. All links are in my profile. Let me know in the comments. And if you are paying or donating through PayPal, please do not push the goods and services button, because that, or if you do push the goods and services button, you got to donate a little bit more to make it 20 even. And that's just because I think I've had people push that button and then it ends up shorting me on my end. And that doesn't always feel the greatest as a reader and someone that is wanting an equal exchange. I was feeling someone, hold on, where are you? Amanda. I think it was Amanda. Amanda, are you still here? You said, is Scott's feeling for me genuine or is he playing me? Yeah, okay, you're here. Thank you for confirmationing that for me. Okay, so let me kind of just, I'm going to tune into your energy first, Amanda. I got you. And then I'm going to tune into this, the connection. Is it genuine or is he playing you? This is really interesting, the way that it comes across. Is there genuine feelings? Yes. Does he actually know what he wants? It does not feel like it to me. And I will say, for a lot of, when I do tap into, like, because I do have a lot of women asking me about men a lot of times, and just the masculine collective in general, because of a lot of the conditioning, the programming, they're not always really connected to who they are, their values, like, and really being clear on that. That's not for every guy, you know, so it is very individual still. But just saying that as kind of a generality that I've kind of come across. And I know for just energetically, you know, because of all the programming and conditioning around what it is to be a man or what it is to be masculine, there's a lot of that. So a lot of times men can be very disconnected to these things, and not quite know where because they're disconnected from these things, it creates a lot of confusion or distortion in their head space. Okay. So feeling into this person, Scott, there are genuine feelings. There does seem to be a bit of a player vibe, and not quite sure where to go from that. Again, not quite sure. It kind of feels like he doesn't quite fully know who he is or what he truly wants yet. And sometimes we actually have to have certain experiences first and like explore our lower desires first in order to really get clear in what we do want. Sometimes we do have to have those really shitty experiences or go through like very low desires in order to really understand where we are truly aligned. This feels like that might be the case. He might have to actually go through some certain experiences in order to really be clear. I could totally be wrong with that, but it does give me a little bit of that vibe. Are there genuine feelings? Again, yes. There is still a little bit of a player vibe because he doesn't quite feel like he's truly tuned into who he truly is, and what he truly wants. Because it feels like there might be some other things and themes that he needs to play out first. But that's all up to him and his choice and his free will. Okay, that's what I get for you, my dear. Okay. Hi, Tracy. I am doing better. I was feeling a little tired before, but I'm feeling better. How are you? Um, she said that, yes, yes, thank you, makes sense. He said he loves me, but his actions don't seem to show it. Yeah. Yeah. And I would trust if somebody keeps saying something and their actions keep saying something different, trust their actions. Trust someone's actions that they are showing you over time, because someone's actions are always going to show their true, where they truly are. So trust their actions. Trust his actions. Because we can say and we can give lip service to, you know, all the time, you know, and for whatever reason. But our actions, because our actions are the last manifestation in the line of energy that flows from us, as us, through us. So, you know, it goes from our beliefs, right? Our beliefs create thoughts, which create emotions, which creates, you know, like feelings and emotions, which create words and actions, and then results. Okay. Oh, you're good just hanging out with your daughter? That's lovely. Happy Friday. You're so welcome. She says, yes, I appreciate your words. Thank you. You're so welcome, my dear. Yeah, needed to hear that. I'm glad that it served you. Okay. It's storming here. Can you hear it? Okay. There is a lot of storming. Hold on. Okay, Lady Danielle, I'm feeling called to you. And you ask, is there a deeper reason to me always having health issues? Spiritual, question mark. Whew. So crazy. Let me know that you're still here. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, can you hear it? It's crazy. It's like, whoa, it's really loud over here. Okay, thank you, Lady Danielle. So I'm gonna tune in. To your energy. That's a lot. That's a lot. So connecting to your energy. The first thing I hear, I'm doing my best to concentrate and focus over the storm. The first thing I hear is that there are some old emotional stuff, emotional wounds, traumas. That keeps manifesting. There is a book that you might want to check out. I'm trying to think of what the name is, though. I might have to go. Might have to go run and get it to help. It's a book by Yvette Rose. If anybody knows who Yvette Rose is and knows her work and knows the book she put out, it's metaphysical anatomy. And she gives, it's like almost like a whole fucking dictionary, like thick book of all kinds of different ailments, diseases, cancers, etc. and the different types of wounds or traumas that can be causing that. To me, it does feel more, you could say, spiritual. It does feel like there's some deeper stuff at the root of all of it, to be honest. Like, to me, it feels emotional with especially with all of the rain coming down, and on all of the thunder happening currently. It does feel very emotional, old emotional stuff that hasn't quite been processed, that might have been pushed down. It wants to surface. And so if we have if we have like diseases, sicknesses, illnesses manifesting, it's typically a sign that something wants to surface. And that can be for many various different reasons. So it's not always the same reason. Because sometimes if we get sick, like a flu or something, that could be like just an upgrade. So it just feels like either way you're moving, your body wants to expel it from your system. But it's important that it feels more spiritual than anything, energetic, and emotional. There's a lot of like emotional and mental holy cow. There's a lot of stuff going on emotionally and mentally that needs awareness. Okay, I'm gonna kind of leave it there, because there's quite a bit, but that's the gist of it. Okay, it is more spiritual. It's mental and emotional more than anything. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Meraki says, it can become a gift if we learn what matters, become the love we needed the most. Yeah. And I find that that's a lot of what a lot of us need. If we felt unheard, unseen, we didn't feel worthy of our parents' love, etc. A lot of times, what we need the most, and we didn't get it, and we might not get it from our family even now or ever. A lot of times what I found, at least in my own experience in my own life, is that we're here to give it to ourselves, so that we can give it to others. Okay, so if you are looking, I'm gonna continue to go live for a little bit longer. If you are looking for a free reading, leave a comment with your name and a question. It could be yes or no. The more specific you can be, or that you want to be, the more specific the information that comes through. And the only thing I do not do is pregnancy or fertility. Okay, you can also have a 1-card pool. Okay, and if you do want mediumship, actually, I'm actually doing that on a donation based, and it's 20 for readings. If you do want to donate and skip the line and get to the list, it's 20 for readings and 33 for energy work and or mediumship. Okay. And that's because I find when I do mediumship, as well as energy work, it takes a lot of energy. A lot of people don't realize that, but it's like going to a job. You know, it's like going to a job and expending your energy. Okay, let's see. Shannon, I'm feeling you, my dear. Let me know that you're still here. Shannon says, should I give up on me and Tim? Okay, you're here. Sweet. You said, should I give up on me and Tim? Again, I'm going to say this with every reading. I'm not here to take your power or tell you what to do. However, as a reader, I will relay to the best of my ability and with the utmost gentleness and delicateness what I feel within that connection, and you can take that information that you receive to apply that to the situation or not. Okay, so it's I'm always going to remind you of your own power with my readings. Did you hear that? That's amazing. Okay, should I give up on me in terms of, okay, so I'm gonna fill into you, my dear. Wait, who am I reading for? I just want to remember that I have the right name. Okay, there's Shannon. Okay, that's right. There, okay, there you are. Okay, the first thing I get first thing I get when I tap into this connection is that yes, I feel quite a bit of love. There's a lot of love. It feels pretty equally on both. Okay, maybe it doesn't feel equally to you. I don't know, maybe equal's not the right word, but it does feel like there is a lot of love in the relationship, in the connection. Okay. At the same time, it does feel like this relationship is in a big transition and a transitory space, the way that I'm kind of feeling it and sensing it. And on the other side, I don't get whether or not this is going to be an actual relationship that maintains and stays together. And that is because there are decisions still to be made that affect that outcome. Okay, because there's free will and choice to be considered within that. Let me kind of feel into. Okay, I get about 5 different timelines as I'm tuning into it now. There are definitely infinite more, so that's not to say that there's only 5, but the 5 that I'm tuning into feels like 2 you end up together, 3 of them you don't. Okay, so those are the kind of and that goes with like the probabilities, the probability with ending up together or not together is based on yours and his decisions. What do you need? What does he need? Can you find that together? Or is it better, more beneficial in your perception, in his perception, to do that separately or together? Okay, that's how I feel it. So I'm sorry if that wasn't like super clear, but that's how I feel it, and that's the only way that I can relay it, honestly. Yeah, he's got free will and choice in this just as much as you do. So there's some timelines that it does, and there's some timelines that it doesn't. You said, should you give up though? That depends on what you want, what you need from a relationship, what your values are. Are those aligned? Is this person ready, willing, and able to give you that, to meet you there? And if they're not, then you get to decide for yourself what to do with that information. Okay? That's what I feel for you, my dear. All right. Okay, someone. All right. I don't know the name. Parmalee? I don't know how to say it. Someone paid for a reading. Thank you, first of all. Parmalee? Is it Parmalee? All right. Thank you for the donation. What kind of reading do you like? Would you like, my dear? Oh, I did say okay. Thank you. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to just. I don't want to mispronounce it. But if I do, please correct me. General love. Just do your thing. Okay. Cool. All right. We got you. And if anybody else does want to donate for a reading or energy work, that is what the exchange is. Okay. 20 for readings minimum. And these are just minimums. You can always donate more if that is what you're inspired to do. So Parmalee, you said, okay, I'm just going to find and connect to your energy first. You said general love. Whatever kind of comes through. Okay. Okay, got you. So let me just listen for a minute and see kind of what comes through. Jesus. There's a major storm passing through where I live. Okay, so let me sit back for a minute. This feels like it wants to do, my reading for you feels like it might, I do typically channel, but this might look a little different. This might include some light language. So if you are available and receptive to that, you can choose to receive it or not. But it feels like I'm going to start just speaking. Yeah, there's some. So you said just do your thing, and your highest self is bringing through some things. Not sure what it is. Okay, so just intend to receive if that's where you're, if that's what you choose for yourself. There's a little bit of energy work going on. Because typically when I start using my hands, I'm directing energy. And it feels like we're directing, guiding energy around the throat. And also into like the shoulders. So the throat into like the clavicles and like the top of the shoulders. So just feel into your body. With this, I feel what's coming through is it's time to speak your truth, and it's time to speak more of your truth. It feels like there's been a lot of suppression and repression, like biting your tongue, swallowing your words, and it's like I feel like your higher self is like your higher self is more like let's express more of who we are. Let's express more of our truth. And that can look like a lot of different ways. That can be literally through speaking our words. That can literally be through like art, dance, music. It can literally be any form of expression. It's just feels like time to speak your truth. Doesn't matter what that is, what feels resonant or in alignment to do in the moment, right? So it could be moment to moment basis. Sometimes you might feel like singing, and that feels like a good the most aligned expression. Sometimes you might feel like scribbling or drawing or coloring, whatever is in the moment. It's like it feels like it's time to do more of that. Here's maybe a better language. The invitation is being offered very strongly to do more of that. Okay? Because it's still your choice. You don't have to do the things, but there is a very strong invitation to speak more of your truth, to express more of who you are. In ways that are aligned with love, in ways that are aligned with your authenticity, and also in ways that are vulnerable, which might bring up some things around vulnerability. Yeah, so there's your reading, my dear, is more, this rarely happens, but because you donated more for a reading, Spirit's honoring that. Okay, so they want to honor that and acknowledge that. So there's like a little sprinkling of energy work with this reading. A little bit of channeling with the overall message of the invitation to speak your truth. Speak it more. Express more. Again, whatever way that looks like. And the energy work that is occurring currently is designed to support you in uncovering and uncovering whatever needs to be uncovered that might be holding you in resistance, and then supporting you in your own alignment in that. However, you do have to choose that for yourself, okay? I'm just going to listen for a minute and see if there's anything else. With this whole reading, there is also, again, the strong invitation. It feels like your soul is speaking, and it's beginning to speak very loudly. And it feels like in ways that you cannot deny, in ways that and that could look like, if something's in misalignment for you, then it's very clear. It's like, and you might, even if you do it anyway, it's like, no, don't do that. You might get maybe like not the greatest outcome if you do something that is misaligned with you, but it feels, the sense that I'm getting is that your soul is speaking very loudly, very strongly, and the invitation is to actually listen. It's time to listen. And this is my left ear, and that tells me feminine energy, being in your flow, being expressive, and being receptive to inspiration, to guidance, being in your own flow. So it does feel like there is quite an emphasis on divine feminine energy in this reading, of allowing your feminine, your feminine side, your feminine energy to express itself. And I'm not speaking in gender, or how someone might identify gender-wise. It's just energy. Like there's a feminine energy and a masculine energy, and there's all kinds of different expressions of feminine energy, all kinds of different expressions of masculine energy. It feels like a big Emphasis here on feminine energy, expressing that, expressing yourself more, whether it's like through art, through music, through dance, through whatever it is, whatever it is. It could be walking in the park and just being at peace, whatever. It just like, do more of what you love, do more of what feels good, what feels good. So again, we're speaking feminine energy, sensual, that enlivens and includes the senses. That's what sensual means. You know, this your olfactory senses, your sense of smell, your sense of taste, doing more things that bring you pleasure, right? Okay, that feels like the overall emphasis of the reading. The other part of this is with the little bit of sprinkling of energy work that we did. It feels like just being more aware, more open, more receptive over the next few days of like what comes in, and like listening to that, trusting that, and engaging with that, because it feels like there's a definite invitation to move in a way that is more aligned with your soul and allows your feminine energy and your feminine essence to be expressed more fully. And again, that gets to be your choice. So you get to choose whether or not you align to that or you choose to do that. And whatever you choose for yourself, be empowered. And I'm just going to check to see, I'm going to listen to see if there's anything else. It's very interesting. The other little bit to this feels like stop breaking your neck, like metaphorically, figuratively, doing things that don't feel fulfilling, don't feel joyful, that just, they don't light you up. Like, yes, there are certain things that need to be done each day to do the things. I'm talking about the context of this is like, whether you're sticking your neck out for people, you know, in a way that doesn't feel aligned or whatever it is. It's like, stop breaking your neck doing things that, you know, like on a soul level is no longer serving you. It's no longer aligned with you. Whatever that is, I don't get anything specific with that. So there's quite a bit going on within the neck, the shoulders, and like the expression, speaking truth, and knowing, embodying, embracing, owning your truth. Okay, like what works for you, what are your needs, and honoring that first. You get to honor yourself first, and then if you have space to do for others, you know, then you get to do that, or then you get to choose to do that. That feels okay. That feels complete. They're like, like we brought in, there's all these different spaces that it feels like it's landing in your being. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And that's all I feel. Yeah, that feels complete. Yeah. All right. Just want to make sure. Let me know how that resonates, my dear. She says, I'm an artist and musician, and I just performed this morning. How did that make you feel? That feels like more aligned for you than maybe other things. Oh, you just got a tattoo there. That's awesome. Yeah, there's definitely some movement. And it feels very much aligned with where you're at. And you were inspired to do that for a reason. That's beautiful. You're so welcome. It was awesome. I just got a chest, shoulder tattoo in that area. That's awesome. I was very nervous, but it went great. Yay! I'm sure it felt very fulfilling and felt very like aligned for you to do that. All right. So, oh, I don't have it. I put it over there. I usually have my lipstick over here. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing a couple more, and I'm going to scan the comments. Probably do a couple more, and then I'll end the live. But if at any moment anybody does feel guided or inspired to reach out to me personally for a one-on-one session, you can find all the links in my profile. Okay. And if you are looking for a free reading, there's the prompts again. Holy cow. Leave a comment with your name and a question or general love, health, career. The only thing I do not do is pregnancy or health. Proud of you for taking the leap to do something so aligned to yourself. Yeah, absolutely. I echo that. That's beautiful. Thank you for saying that, Maraki. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I'd like to do something for just the subscribers. If I can learn how to do that at one point in time. I do. Thank you for that, though. I really appreciate that. Oh, Jessica. Okay. It's Jess. It's Jess. I'm going to remember that now. Okay. Wow. You hear my cat? My cat's like, let me in. Okay. Okay, let's do a couple more. Oh my God. Little man. Okay. I appreciate you saying that, Jess. I really appreciate that. She said it's about supporting what you're doing for so many. It matters. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you appreciating me. So if you are going to ask a question, maybe just one at a time, because I see people asking multiple questions, and I get what you're doing there. You're trying to trick me. But I mean, I do understand it, but like sometimes it's easier to focus on one question, and especially if we're doing just like free readings. You know, if you want to pay for one, we could do, you know, a couple of different ones, but like, you know, just to make sure like we're doing an even exchange here, you know, refine maybe what you really do want to know. And then, okay. Kelsey. Hi, Gab. How are you? I noticed you. And Kelsey says, I'm curious if I should leave my job. Okay. So again, I will say, as with any reading, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I can tune into the ethers and to the connections and into your own alignment, and relay what comes through. And you get to be the one that makes that choice for your life, whether you integrate or apply the information to your own life. It gets to be your choice and your responsibility to that choice. So just so I'm really clear, Gav says, hi. I'm well. How are you? Love your lives. Feel so drawn to your energy. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm doing well. I'm happy. It's Friday, and I'm looking forward to eating after this. Okay. Who is I? Oh, Kelsey. Okay. Kelsey, let me know that you're still here, my love. Just to make sure that you're still here. Okay. All right. Thank you for confirming that. Kelsey. Okay. All right. Job. Interesting. So tuning into the energy, your job. Okay, so here's how I'm kind of looking at it. I was tuning into the energy, and I was getting, I wasn't getting a whole lot. And then I started just choosing different intentions to tune in a different way. Your soul does feel like, or it does feel like you came to express in a different way. So it does feel a little askew. Your job, what you do, doesn't feel completely aligned. It feels like there might be aspects to your job that you do like. Okay. And others, it feels like the job itself, meh. But there feels like there is aspects that you actually do enjoy. And if we're putting it in the context of should I leave my job, then it feels beneficial to maybe look at what aspects of your job do you enjoy, and feel in for yourself. Really allow your body to feel. Really allow yourself, your body, to give you feedback. Like if I sat here and asked, do I enjoy what I do? Like, do I enjoy my job? Like, you can feel, and sometimes it takes some practice, but your body will give you some feedback as to, sometimes you might feel a tightening of like, but your body will give you feedback. Our bodies are constantly giving feedback. However, sometimes we're disconnected to our bodies, so we don't actually realize. Sometimes we dissociate, so sometimes we're like really disconnected from our body. And so it just takes some awareness and some practice. However, it does feel like it might be beneficial to ask yourself what aspects of your job you do like, and then inviting yourself to feel into possibilities of other. It doesn't even have to be a job. It might be something that you have to create yourself. A lot of the jobs that are there that have already been created can be very confining to many of us, especially if you're on a live like this. It might feel a little confining to you, a little restricting. So you might have to create and invent your own type of job. And that's just part of what many of us came to do, is create new, create new meanings and definitions of what a quote unquote job is and what that can look like. But it does feel like there are parts of your self, or there are parts of your job that you do like, and parts of it, like the job itself, feels like meh. But it does feel like there's an invitation to maybe feel into what aspects of your job you do like. Can you find another job out there that can encompass all of those, or more so of those, that feels more aligned? It does feel like there is greater alignment elsewhere. I don't get anything specific. Okay, as I said that, I do feel something maybe with animals as a possibility, or being around animals, therapy with animals. Not sure, but it feels like animals, because I seen a dog pop up in my head, and then I hear the word animals. So there is something to maybe consider, to feel into for yourself. At this point of should you leave your job, it does feel like it does provide some security as far as being able to financially meet certain things. So there might be a deeper, like an invitation to go a little bit deeper of like, is this worth it to me? Like, yes, this does pay the bills. At the same time, you can also find something else that feels more in alignment, that does pay the bills, buy food, etc. That does feel more in alignment, and that does put you in greater resonance with your soul. And also from there, I get like a very interesting sense of that helping to open up your awareness or bring inspiration in to take other steps. So it feels like taking these initial steps, whether you stay there or not. If you do decide to go out your comfort zone, it does feel like there's like other inspiration that will come in. You're always supported by the universe. So even if you do step out of that comfort zone, know that you're going to be supported. But it does feel like there is also an invitation to examine any underlying values. Like, is this really what I value? Is it worth it? Am I truly happy? A lot of times I'm guided to ask, in your current job, are you really happy? Or is it just paying the bills? Or is it both? Or what, so it does feel like there's an invitation to examine a little bit deeper, getting into some deep self-awareness stuff around that. Okay. And that's what I feel for you, my dear. I feel like, okay. Kelsey says, this resonated so much. I've been thinking of buying a business that is in the pet industry. Okay. That is what I felt for you. That felt, even just tuning into that feels like bliss to me. Like if I'm standing in your energy, it feels like bliss, like being around animals and being able to do work, because it feels like there's a purpose that can come in and like start to really drive you with animals. So that's beautiful. I'm glad that it resonated for you, my dear. Okay. All right. Let's do. Oh, and my job does pay for the bills, but my body definitely does not feel aligned. Yeah. Thank you. You're so welcome. Yeah. Definitely, our bodies will always tell us the things. We just have to listen. We have to learn how to listen. And as someone who dissociated to varying degrees throughout my life, that can be it takes practice. Let me just say that it takes practice. um, okay, Christina, let's do your reading, my dear. Are me and my husband Gerald soulmates? Okay, just let me know that you're here. Just confirm from me. I feel like you are, but just let me know that you're here, and I know that you're listening. And then I'm going to tune into your energy. Thank you for that confirmation. Excuse me. Feeling into the connection. Okay, I'm getting a couple things with this. It does feel like there's this, one of the first things that I heard when I tuned into the connection was soul recognition. So there is definitely a soul recognition, a recognition of soul, like, hey, we've done this. It feels like you guys have actually experienced many lifetimes together. As mother and son. That's just one that I'm kind of, that's popping in. Okay, so there is definitely like a soul recognition. And if you want to use the term soulmates, and that feels appropriate to you, then fucking go for it. You know what I mean? That gets to be your, like, your language, the language that you use. I do definitely understand what you're saying. At the same time, I do like to empower people to like think for themselves. And like, if that's the language that you want to use, girlfriend, go for it. Okay. At the other, another layer of this, I do feel like you guys share the same oversoul. So like your souls, feel like they actually go into one oversoul, the same oversoul. So it does feel like, yeah, you guys, have definitely done this dance and have helped each other learn and grow through many, many lifetimes. And this is just one of those lifetimes. So yes, you guys actually, it feels like you actually share the same oversoul. Okay. That's what I feel for you, my dear. Thank you, Jess. Christina says, thank you. We are suffering financially, though. Yeah. Many people are really going through it because we're in such a big financial, we're in such a big transition and transformation as far as our currency goes. And if you look into a little bit deeper what currency means, it's an exchange of energy, right? Also value, how we're valued, how we feel valued, how we might feel worthy, or we might feel like we have to prove ourselves or earn or be enough. So there's a lot of underlying foundational issues that come up with that, as well as worth, value, appreciating yourself, valuing self. Yeah, so it goes into self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, which all affects like confidence and a lot of different things. So that's well, here's the thing, we're all kind of going through it. I mean, not everybody, obviously, because we're all, there's all kinds of different financial statuses or statusi, whatever the plural word is for that. But because we're going through a great big transition, I don't see anything like on the other side of it. It does feel like a greater calling to really examine your beliefs around value, worth, and then getting in touch of what your values are, and feeling really connecting to valuing yourself, feeling worthy, because a lot of these systems play on our emotional wounds and our traumas. Okay. Whether they're designed whether they're designed to do that or not can remain, can be a lot to get into, because then you might get into conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Intuitively, I feel that they're designed to play on a lot of that, because a lot of us don't feel worthy because of the wounds, the emotional wounds or the traumas that we might be carrying, whether they're core wounds, whether they're like other themes that we're exploring. A lot of these systems exploit that, and they feed off of that. And they feed off of us being disempowered, not owning our power. And so to me, in my own life, I always see it as an invitation to delve deeper into my own psyche, into my own self-awareness, and to become aware of any parts within me that might not feel valued or worthy. Because when we feel that within, there's no other circumstances outside of us that can hold us back. It's as simple as that. It's what is on the inside that really truly matters. Okay, so it just feels like a deeper calling, a invitation to go deeper. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Yeah. Okay, so Kelsey, thank you for the donation. I'm not sure if that was for the reading or what, but I was called to call on you anyway. So thank you for the donation, whether you meant it or not, or whether it was like for the purposes of a reading or not. If she's even here, I don't think she's here anymore. But you're so welcome, Christina. She says thank you very much. Let me scan through the comments to see if there's anybody else that's kind of lights up in my head. V, let's do yours. Let's do yours, and let's have yours be the last one. V asks, have I met my soulmate already, or will I meet him in the future? So let me connect to you. Just let me know that you're here, V. I'm fairly sure that you are. When you say soulmate, does that mean like romantic partnership? What do you mean by soulmate is what I'm hearing to ask you. Because a lot of us have a lot of projections or ideas about what a soulmate is or what it can be. And so there can be a lot of like distortion. So I just want to know what your definition of a soulmate is. Partner, person I will get married to and have kids with or be in love with. Okay. All right. Genuine feelings. Okay. So you have met several, it feels like several soulmates in the general sense of like your soul recognizes each other. It feels like you already have a couple of these people in your life. Soulmate in the way that you are defining it. It feels connected to one of these other people. Let me ask. It doesn't feel like this person is currently in your life. It's very interesting how it's coming through. So soulmates in general, we could say soul recognition. You do have a couple people that feel like you have a soul recognition, like you get along very well. These might be women. They kind of come across as women to me. The soulmate that you're talking about doesn't feel like he's a part of your life right now. So I'm not sure what I was saying before. That's interesting, because what I'm actually getting now is like he's not a part of your life yet. He feels like he's separate over here. It doesn't feel like you've met him. I'm getting quite a big range, anywhere from 2 to 4 years. And that depends on your alignment and this other person's alignment. And also being ready to enter into that type of relationship. Because if we meet the person and we're not ready, then it's not going to happen. So you definitely want to be ready and aligned. But it feels like anywhere from 2 to 4 years, but this person doesn't feel like he's in your life yet. It does feel like there are certain people in your life. I don't know if this person connects to, if there's going to be other connections. It's very interesting how this person that you haven't met yet connects in some way back to you and other soulmate type relationships you might have. And it feels like really good friends. You might like, but like you feel like almost like a soul family. You could say like a soul family type of vibe. But it feels like this person, you haven't met him yet, but he feels like he somehow fits into that family. That feels like it could be possibly an oversoul thing too, as well. Of like you guys just share the same oversoul, and so there's a soul recognition. But no, you have not met him yet. 2 to 4 years. And that's going to give you time to move through the things that you need to move through and to prepare in whatever way, whether it's psychologically, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever. It feels like you're being prepped and primed and prepared to enter into a relationship, but you got to give it some time, because there's some things that you need to move through first on your own. Okay. That's what I feel for you, my dear. And yeah, let me check just to make sure. Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. All right. So my dears, thank you guys for hanging out. Happy Friday. That's it for me today. However, if I didn't read you live, and you still want to come back for other readings, I will be here every Tuesday through Friday for the foreseeable future. That might change, but for now, that's where I'm at. I'll be here. Join me then. If you do feel guided to work with me one-on-one, please check the links in my bio and check out all my offerings. Make sure that there are fake accounts out there pretending to be me. I do not DM or solicit directly, and I never will. So please report those accounts. Other than that, have a beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful night. Thank you, Jess. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. Infinite love and blessings. And you're welcome. You're welcome. And check the replay on YouTube later. And remember, we're all in this together. I love you guys. Bye.